There's always one person in a
Yes,
family that will change the trajectory of everyone.
that has always been such an irrational fear for me that I would not be able to feed my daughter. Welcome, Woven Ones. This is Generation Woven. We're going to talk about the dreaded topic, money. So each one of us has a money story. So money shapes our choices, our marriages, our stress, security, and sometimes our silence. So today, we are going to talk about money and how we need to mind our money. Honey?
Shining like the sun, generations woven hand.
So, when you think about money, what's the first thing that comes up for you, Judy?
Of course, I remember when my children were little, back then, their credit cards weren't really a thing. I mean, and I remember one of my kids said, "Can we get this?" And I said, "I don't have any money." "Well, you got checks." And that always reminded me, yeah, we got checks. The problem is there's no money, honey.
Behind the
Behind the checks, yeah. So, but they thought as long as that you had checks, you were rich. But it was just that concept of, little do they know
Yeah.
that,
Did any of you grow up with the story of money doesn't grow on trees? I feel like I've heard that so often.
it doesn't.
It doesn't?
Oh,
No,
it does
sorry,
not.
Judy. No.
I was going to order a money tree from Amazon, but
My mom gave me a money tree for Christmas. It's just a little plant.
Yeah,
Or not for Christmas, but I think it was my birthday. I mean,
Is it still alive?
it is still alive. Yes.
Yeah. So what is your money story, Tasha?
It's a newer journey for me. I have always kind of living with the fly by the seat of my pants. My mom made sure I had all the things that I wanted. And my dad was the financial savvy one who ensured that, bills were paid and 401ks were full and all of the things were done. But I never really learned it from him. I knew he took care of money and I knew that he had money, but I didn't know how that all worked. So as I became an adult, it was really just, I knew how to spend money, but I didn't know how to mind it. And I was, again, very fortunate where if something happened, I just called somebody and they saved me. And I was saved for many, many years. I was married for 14 years and we saved each other constantly when it came to money. And it's really just been the last, it's like 6 months that I've truly put focus into money and realizing there can be abundance if I learn how to manage it the right way. 6 months ago, if anything were to happen to me, I didn't have the money to make it 6 more months. And now it's learning how to manage my money better, how to live more, be happier with the things that I have,
Right.
versus needing to get new things. And I think that's a mental piece of it, of making myself feel good, that dopamine to spend it. And so it's definitely not my favorite topic, but I'm trying to learn and trying to teach my kids as much as I can.
Right. I think it doesn't help that we live in a country where there's a lot of abundance. And if you can't afford it, we will show you many, many ways how you can. There's some credit cards. It's always interesting for me when I see young people, their very, very first credit card. Man, they will hang onto that card for dear life. They will pay off the other ones. But that first one, there's some emotion to that first credit card. And I think we're just so indoctrinated by, look at the Joneses. They got a new this and a new that. And whether you really want it or not, in some way you feel like you have to.
Or you want it, but not enough because you want it in that moment and we want everything right now.
Yes.
Right. So if you were to say, do I really want this and add it to your cart, are you going to order it next week? Probably not.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's that instant gratification that we struggle with, I think, as just a society. You're on social media or on TikTok and it's product. It's just showing you and all these other people having it and you see a need for yourself.
Right.
I think that's part of the struggle that I've dealt with is the wanting all the things and having to kind of take a step back and think about what my real goals are
Right.
and keep those in mind. It's that mind shift change that has to happen
Exactly.
in order for savings and money changes. But it's still not easy.
It's not. It goes almost counter culture to what we are being taught in school. And, if you have affluent friends, then you don't want to be the one not having money when you go and have a Starbucks coffee or so. I have somebody in my life that will always say, and if you haven't learned the lesson, there will be a ready-made trial just for you to learn this lesson. So I feel I had a couple of those. There was a situation after my divorce or in the process of that. And strangely enough, that has always been such an irrational fear for me that I would not be able to feed my daughter. Like, where did that come from? But that was a very real fear for me. And I remember there was a time that I was struggling with it, and I walked outside our house, and I know that there's a scripture about how the birds are being taken care of and there's enough for them. How much more will we not be taken care of? And I remember when I saw the birds on our next door neighbor's roof, I was so sad. And I'm like, God, you say that you will take care of them. I know you will take care of us. But I think that there's a responsibility to, in creating a budget, in doing your best. Are we going to falter? Absolutely. But I remember during that time, there was an opportunity of owning another daughter for a year. And if I look back at that, I would think, wow. But I did. I said, yes, we will take care, or I will take care of another daughter who is an exchange student from Brazil. And she came to live with us for a year. And I didn't know how I would feed her or my daughter, but I did. There was always another project. There was always another way. But it made me think about, I don't want to say that I'm in charge, but my mindset can change about money. It doesn't have to be this deafening, I don't know where it's coming from.
And you have the opportunity at any point to change that mindset and start anew. Like,
Exactly.
That's where I had that belief for so many years that just I'm bad with money. I had to change the mindset. So that was part of my journey of I know how to manage money now. I'm still learning, but instead of saying I'm just bad with money, I just spend all my money. I changed it, right? Because you can do that at any point in life, any day. You can just wake up and be like, I'm going to decide to start saving money today, and you can do it. It's crazy.
Absolutely. I love that story. One of my favorite stories was my paternal grandfather, who was at age 11. I had to check with my dad. He was 11. And they came out of the Depression time. And it was tough. It was very tough. And he stood in front of a house in the town that they lived in. And he stood in front of this house and had a very long driveway to where the actual house was. And at 11, he looked at this house and he said, one day I will own and live in this house. And he did. And he changed the trajectory of our family, of our wealth, our generational wealth, with that mindset.
There's always one person in a family that will change the trajectory of everyone.
So why can it not be us?
Exactly.
Because we can leave a legacy for our children.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. There's always one person in a family. It didn't, somebody made that change. So, we were just talking to somebody local, and he was telling us about his father and his story and how his fathers and brothers, went off and, went to live with other family members and, struggled and didn't have anything. And then the one person in his lineage stepped up and said, I'm going to start a business, and then changed the entire legacy of their family. So it just takes one person to stand up and identify that they're going to be that change and to work towards that. And you just don't know. It could be you.
It could be you.
It could be you.
It could be you. It is a matter of standing up and saying, this is no longer okay. I don't want to live like this. I'm choosing a different path, and then start living like that. It's amazing how if you set your mind to anything, and you're willing to pay the price for that, you can change it. And it can start today. It doesn't have to be tomorrow. Yeah, I think money is one of those things. It scares most people. And you will go through phases where there's lack, but it doesn't have to be who you are. So it is a tough topic, and it brings up a lot of emotions for a lot of people. But today, we are releasing those past emotions, those beliefs and the mindsets and thinking of lack and scarcity when it comes to money. So today, I would like for you to do this. I would like for you to put your hand on your heart, and I want you to say this out loud. I am safe. I have more than enough. I am provided for. And I am grateful for what I have. And I am blessed. And this coming year will be a year of increase and expansion for me and my family. I believe this as I come into agreement with exceedingly abundantly more than what I can ever imagine or expect. This is my declaration. So until next time, God bless.